The room went quiet the moment the billionaire leaned back in his chair, his lips curling with careless amusement, and spoke in German, assuming no one else would understand. His words floated above the polished tables like a private joke meant only for his companions, a cruel order to laugh at the black waitress standing nearby with a tray trembling in her hands. Sunlight poured through the tall restaurant windows, glinting off crystal glasses and gold cutlery, turning the humiliation into a spectacle. In that bright daytime glow, the waitress felt every eye, every unspoken judgment, and the familiar weight of being invisible and exposed at the same time. If stories about dignity, strength, and unexpected justice move you, take a second right now to like this video, comment your thoughts, share it with someone who needs inspiration, and subscribe to the channel for more powerful stories like this. Her name was Amara Nwayi, and she had learned early in life that silence was often mistaken for weakness. The restaurant was one of the most expensive in the city, a place where power lunches happened under chandeliers and deals were sealed with smiles sharper than knives. Amara had been working there for 6 months, always during the daytime shift, when executives preferred sunlight and control. She wore the same calm expression every day, even when customers looked through her as if she were part of the furniture. Inside, though, she carried years of struggle, migration, loss, and quiet ambition. She was not just a waitress. She was a survivor of borders, languages, and expectations. Amara's mornings began before dawn, studying flashcards while the city slept. Languages were her refuge. English had been her first bridge, French her second, then Spanish, Arabic, Italian, Portuguese, and finally German, learned painfully from borrowed books and late-night recordings. She never told anyone at work. It was safer to be underestimated. That day, as she stood under the billionaire's gaze, memories rushed back of classrooms where she was mocked for her accent, offices that never called back, and interviews where her resume was judged before her voice. She swallowed hard, steadying her breath, reminding herself why she was there. Rent was due. Her younger brother depended on her. Dreams waited quietly, but dignity could not. The billionaire, Klaus Reinhardt, was known for his sharp mind and sharper ego. He had built empires and broken people without ever seeing their faces. To him, the waitress was background noise, an object to perform in his orbit. His companions laughed on cue, eager to please. Amara felt the heat rise to her cheeks, but she did not flinch. She placed the plates down with careful precision, the porcelain clinking softly like a warning bell. In that moment, something shifted. The humiliation did not crush her. It clarified her. She straightened her back, the sunlight catching her eyes, and responded not in anger, but in flawless German, her tone calm and respectful, explaining the menu, the origin of the wine, and the philosophy of the chef. The words flowed effortlessly, polished and precise. Then, without pause, she continued in French, then Italian, then Spanish, weaving context and culture into each sentence as if conducting an orchestra. The table froze. Laughter died mid-breath. The billionaire's smile faltered, replaced by confusion, then something dangerously close to shame. Amara did not stop there. She finished in English, thanking them for their patience, and gently reminding them that respect tasted better than mockery, especially in the daylight where everything could be seen clearly. Her hands were steady now. Her voice did not shake. Around the restaurant, heads had turned. Other diners watched, sensing that something rare was unfolding. This was not confrontation. This was revelation. The manager rushed over, panic etched across his face, but Amara had already stepped back, her task complete. She expected consequences. She expected to be fired, escorted out, erased. Instead, silence stretched, thick and heavy. Klaus Reinhardt stared at her as if seeing her for the first time, not as a waitress, but as a mirror reflecting his own smallness. He muttered an apology, awkward and incomplete, then fell quiet. The power had shifted, not with force, but with truth. In the days that followed, the story spread quietly. A customer posted about it. A journalist called. Amara was invited to interviews, not as a spectacle, but as a voice. She spoke about migration, dignity, and the invisible labor that held cities together in daylight while others took the credit. Offers came, not all of them sincere, but one stood out. A cultural foundation offered her a role as a language coordinator, helping refugees navigate systems that once crushed her. She accepted, heart pounding with gratitude and disbelief. Amara still walked past the restaurant sometimes, sunlight spilling through the same windows. She no longer wore an apron, but she carried the same humility. What changed was not her worth, but who was forced to see it. She learned that power often relies on silence, and when silence breaks with grace, it can move mountains. Her brother framed her first paycheck from the new job. She cried, not from pain, but from release. If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you of your own quiet strength or someone who was underestimated, please take a moment now to like the video, share it, and let us know in the comments how it made you feel. Your engagement helps stories like this reach the people who need them most. Special request before the ending, comment the word respect if you believe dignity has no language, color, or status. In the end, Amara's victory was not about humiliating a billionaire. It was about reclaiming space in a world that tried to shrink her. Under the clear light of day, she proved that voices, when finally heard, can change the room, the future, and the hearts watching from the shadows.